Right, it's 9:15. We've just set off on our 550 mile round trip to collect a whole bike that's going to stand us £300 and a frame and some bits that's going to cost us £50. But I know I can get a logbook for it, so we'll see where that goes. So we're 12-13 hours into us, we've got a journey ahead of us.
I reckon so.
So we're still looking fresh-faced at the minute. There's Squem, hi Squem. There's Doggos, hello Doggos. Let's see if we're looking as fresh-faced when we get there. Next stop is, what did I say? Stokes next stop, about an hour and a half. Step back, Tony, you're spoiling a good video here. So there we go. 50 quid's worth of 535. Onwards now to Tunbridge Wells from Stoke. Right, here we are, first motorway stop we've just done. It's 12:30 and we're puzzling over. Tony, do you think I'm in over my head trying to restore this bike?
No, I don't think so. I think it's very doable.
It's a learning curve. I don't know.
You dropped lucky with that £50 worth of parts in back. I reckon you've nearly got a bike there.
Yeah, we've just picked up what basically the guy advertised as a frame on Faceache Marketplace there, and I think he had it on £150 and didn't get any interest, so he reduced it to £80. Now somebody pitched him a couple of quid for front forks, and I basically said I'll give you 50 quid for everything that you've got left, and there we are. I've grabbed quite a lot of stuff. The important thing is though, I've found registration number for the frame, so that should be fairly easy getting a V5 for it, but I shall do that before I build anything onto that frame, because I won't want to build a full bike and then find out I can't register it. This is not my first project. I bought a Triumph Trophy 1200 from a mate of Tony's, and I only give 400 quid for it because it was pretty rough. Big bike, and I've only got a 29-inch leg, so it was a bit...
That's short ass.
320 kilos held up on the toenail of your big toes, a bit much. I don't mind 320 kilos, but I'd like to be flat-footing it. So I stripped a lot of stuff off that bike. Carburetors needed a full overhaul, and various other bits and bats. What I hated with that Triumph was you had to pretty much rebuild the bike to do anything whatsoever. You know, you want to put fuel in it, rebuild it. Want to change a light, rebuild it. It was ridiculous. And you couldn't tune carburetors without buying a £60 tool from Triumph. Yeah, it was just a right nuisance. Very badly thought out. Put me off Triumphs a lot. So I sold it for 800 quid and I put about 400 quid into it, so I broke even on it, and it was a good learning curve that cost me nothing in the end. But I enjoyed doing it, really. The most important thing it taught me is I don't want a Triumph. Certainly not a Trophy 1200. That's long gone now, so that's good. So we'll see how we go. Nobody's fallen asleep driving yet, so there we go. It's 12:30, about 3 hours to the next stop. There we go, look.
Right, happy with that.
Project loaded up, £300, and we shall set off back. What are we back now? 270 mile back? We could fall out in that time, couldn't we? She didn't want to stand up, so we laid her down. She can't lay down twice, so there we go, we're good to go. Tank full of fuel, 4.5 hours back, in theory. This is what I gotta put up with. 4 days. 6 hours.
It only feels like that.
32 minutes. Squem's turned into a ghost. There we go, Squem. Tony started singing. You can see a silhouette of Tony there, look. There you go, spoiling my video with your face again. It's been a long day, and we've still a couple of hours to go. Hi, I'm Ben. This is my little workshop. I say little, literally. This is smaller than a single garage, and I got 2 bikes in here. Welcome to my video diary, would we call it? I've decided to buy a Yamaha Virago 535. It's a 1987-88 F plate. At the minute I don't have a logbook for it, but we know the reg, so that'll be in the pipeline. The idea of this video is for me to learn how to bring this bike from the brink of a scrapyard, basically. I'll give you a show around of the bike in a moment with the camera. I've given £300 for it, which is, I think a good price considering, how should we call it? It's restorable condition. It's not mint. It's not, you know, it's rough. Let's say it's rough, but I've seen worse. It's looking all right. It's restorable. Yeah, that's the best word for it. This would be my 3rd restoration. I didn't video the others, so this is all new to me. This is the first bike I've videoed, and I'm looking at it now and thinking, where the hell do I start? I know it turns over. I've done that much. And not on starter motor. I put it in gear, rolled it back and forth. It turns over. But I want to make it look nice, original condition. Let's say I'm not a fan of the cafe racers, the bobbers, that sort of thing. I think it spoils a good bike, to be honest. It's not for me. It's not for me. So this is my first V-twin. I specifically wanted a V-twin because I haven't done one before. Looking at those carburetors here, somebody's butchered those screws. They're going to take some persuading out of those. So I'll stop the video there. I'll give a little show around the bike, so we can see what we've got as a reference starting point. And there we go, let's take it from there. I think for £300 we've got a decent deal. She wants some work, and that's the whole point of the video, really. The whole point of the whole project. Those bar grips are awful. Tank's not terrible. We'll have to see how it is inside. A few wires hanging off. Battery's dead. She's going to want all fluids doing. And as I recall, that's from this one. Also, on top of my £300, I picked up a £50 box of bits. But also includes this frame, which is only about 10 months difference from the one I've got. Clean looking frame, actually. And I have the registration number for it, so I'll be putting in for a V5 for that. And then I need to take inventory of what we've actually got here, because I've pretty much blindly picked up this box of bits for £50 and left with it. So I'm gonna start going through stuff now, and I'll come back with another little video when we've seen what we've got. Right, we've had a bit of a move around now. We're in a better position to work on it, and we can get to both sides. I'll get another video of the side of the bike for you. You know, it's similar to the other side. Restorable. We've got a box of bits to be various gearbox and indicators there and all sorts of stuff. We'll see what we're missing on this one, and we'll pinch from there. And then stuff that I'm probably not going to need for this one is sat back here. We'll see where we go. Not going to need is probably a bit optimistic. Well, there we are, let's get started. Which savage has done that? Look at the state of that. This one's got Allen keys on. Oh dear. That's going to take some persuading. Get down. Casings. I think we've got some spare casings. All these cover parts I've got in another box. Headlights hanging off. Not sure if that's actually broken yet. I haven't looked anywhere into that, but that's no big drama. The tank is not pretty. Clunk. Yeah, that's not a pretty sight, is it? So I'm trying not to wave my camera around here. It's going to end up looking like Blair Witch Project. Makes me wonder what the bottom tank's like inside. Well, there's one way to find out. I've just loosened the fuel tank, the top one, and it's not a pretty sound. Pair of maracas. There's plenty of pieces in there, so let's see what we can do with that. It's going to be a tank cleaning out, 1001 rinses, and then there are paints. I forget the names of the paints you can get, but I'm gonna try and coat it and see where it goes, because he's actually, other than a couple of little bits on the outside, it's not bad looking, is it? It looks ropey, but I think that might actually paint up quite nice. So we'll see what the inside does. If we can line it, great. If we can't, I'm going to need another tank. There we go, carbs removed. Relatively easy actually. I managed to get an Allen key in those awkward 5mm ones, and it's all come out. So we've got a carburettor. So I still don't really like the look of those butchered screws there. I've not had a go at them yet. I'm going to spray them with some plus gas and leave them overnight, I think, rather than screw them up worse than they are, because there's two bad ones. That one looks alright. Yeah, just two bad ones. So I'll have a good soak overnight. And this table is going to get a little barrier around the edge, so that when you let it go of a bolt and it rolls off your table, that's not going to happen. So that's a little pre-project while my carburetors soak.